We got pinned down one time, and my buddy Markham got out of the Humvee because he wanted to check around the wall where I was on top. I could see what was going on, and there was a couple rounds that went right in front of him. He turned and he was just like, "Holy!" I said, "Get your ass back in the vehicle!" And then like things when I think about that, instead of the rounds going this way and missing him, they always come in this way and go right up his chest. So.
PTSD is, the name itself is actually post-traumatic stress disorder. It's this psychological, sometimes physical phenomenon in which the person witnesses or creates a trauma. Either way. Most of what we deal with is war combat PTSD. So most of our clientele tend to be veterans that have been in war, witnessing death and causing death. So it's on both sides, witnessing death of friends, causing death of enemy. It's a phenomenon in which there's several factors that remain in memory. The more vivid the trauma, the more vivid the memory.
My wife and I were on our honeymoon at Disney World in Orlando, and we were going to go on a safari ride, and we were standing in line going to go on this ride, and the line went through a little bamboo forest and turned the corner, and here's a Montagnard village, and of course Disney doesn't do anything halfway. I mean, it was perfect. And my wife turned around and she said, "Are you all right?" She recognized right away that there was something wrong. And for the first time in over 30 years, I had to admit to myself that I wasn't all right.
It seems like one of the more pronounced ones tends to be when the warrior is put in a position where he has to kill. I have several of my veterans that have killed children. And one of them, a more recent vet, Iraqi vet, killed a group of children with a .50 caliber to the point where the kids, and they're all male of course, literally chopped in half. So they're faced with several dilemmas. One is kill or be killed. The other one is kill children. That's a moral dilemma in which we all grew up believing thou shalt not kill, honor the mother and the father, love thy enemy, which is kind of hard. And you're put in a dilemma where you can't do that, you have to kill. So we're faced with a moral dilemma of great depth that stays with the vets forever, pretty much. PTSD is a condition that's really not curable, but it's manageable. It's based on reality, based on fact, based on true happening.
Definitely certain smells. During like probably the third week of the assault when we took over that city, you know, the engineers that they had signed to clean up all the dead people hadn't come through yet, so I've definitely got a smell for that. So anytime I smell like the best way to describe it's like barbecuing with diesel. It's got a real distinct smell to it. So whenever I cruise by an oil field or something like that, or they're working by the highway, I can smell bits of something in whatever they're using over there, and it'll set off that smell. So it brings back memories, or I just think about, oh damn, there's that smell.
Face it now. If you face it later, you're going to drag along a lot of problems. That's what I would first tell them. Because it doesn't go away by trying to forget about it. It doesn't go away with time. It just gets diluted a little bit, and it pops up everywhere. It pops up in relationships, it pops up in work, pops up in dreams, it pops up. Until you face it, it won't go away. I would tell them, come in. Face it now. It's kind of hard to face it because it's horrendous memories, but they don't go away.